Hi boys and girls, welcome to your final strategy video this week. So today I wanted to come back to reading with a sense of wow, because I feel like so many of you come across the type of book that we're going to be looking at today and you think that they're boring or you think that they're too easy and you just kind of fly through the book or you don't even really read the book and you miss all of these great things. So with this type of book that I'm going to show you in a second, we want to practice reading with a sense of curiosity and interest. We don't just want to look at those words. We want to read them with curiosity and interest, those bright, fun, sparkly words. So if we look at our little image from last week, when we read nonfiction books, a lot of times it's just fact being dumped into our heads. And we might not be smiling, we might be frowning and saying, oh my gosh, this is so boring. But if we flip that mindset around and we read with curiosity and interest, we can turn our little faces into smiles and say, wow, I never knew that, Okay, and also when we read with curiosity and interest, you're also more likely to learn and remember the new information that you come across. All right, so when you're more excited and you get your brain more excited to read these nonfiction books, the more you're actually going to learn, even if you're just faking it. All right, so if we come back to our epic books, we're going to be taking a peek at the only book that we haven't looked at together this week. So by now you should have read Welcome to England and you should have read Exploring Countries, England. Today we're going to look at this book, and this book is called Countries We Come From, England by Alan Finn. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and open this book, and I'm going to start at the first page. So we see these bright pictures and these big words. This is England, historic, adventurous, royal, and then we turn to the next page, and you see these. There's really not a lot of text on this page, and there's a lot of pictures. And some of you might say, oh, this is a boring book. This is too easy. I don't want to read this. But if you read with a sense of curiosity and interest and a sense of wow, you'll realize that these little books are chock full of facts for you to learn. All right, so let's just look at this. Let's just look at this page. I notice that there's only 1, 2, 3 sentences, but I bet there's a fact in here. And let's practice reading with the sense of wow. England is a country in Europe. It's located on a large island called Great Britain. What? I never knew that. I didn't know England was part of an island. All right, let's keep going. England shares the island with Scotland and Wales. What? Okay, so if we look at this visual, we look at this map, here, this part right here is highlighting England and how it shares that island of Great Britain with Scotland and Wales. That's incredible. I seriously did not know that England was an island. I thought it was part of a bigger landmass. That's crazy. 3 sentences, and we've already got an interesting fact. How cool is that? Let's keep going. England has many beautiful sights. There are open areas called moors. Well, that's interesting. So that must be another type of landform, a moor. Grasses and purple flowers called heather grow there. Oh, that's pretty interesting too. There are sandy beaches and steep cliffs along the coast. Well, okay, first of all, this picture just looks cool. And second, it looks like there's this little path right here that maybe people can walk on. So I never knew that there were these steep cliffs in England with little paths that you could walk on. That's really cool. That makes me want to visit England. That's insane. Let's keep going. Notice how excited I am about this book. And this is a pretty easy book, but I'm psyched. England is home to birds, foxes, deer, and many other animals. Robins sing all year round. Oh, let's look at this caption right here. It says, foxes live throughout England. They're found on farms and in woods, towns, and gardens. I didn't know that these animals also lived in England. I knew that I see them around here a lot in Western New York, but that's pretty cool that they're in England too. So if I were to go visit England, or if you were to go visit England, you would probably see a lot of the same types of animals in England that you would in the United States. Friends, let's take a pause. We are only 1, 2, 3 pages into this book, and we have learned something on every single page. Because we're reading with curiosity and interest, and we're reading with a sense of wow. This is so much fun. I love these types of books. Let's just keep going. Red deer are only red in the summer. Their coats turn grayish brown in the winter. That's pretty neat. I didn't know that. That's not super specific to England. It's specific to these red deer, but that's still pretty cool. I didn't know that. This looks pretty interesting. Got this big picture of all these big rocks, maybe? Let's read. About 5,300 years ago, that was a long time ago, people living in England built Stonehenge. The huge stones at this famous site form a circle. Each stone weighs about 50 tons, 45 metric tons. What? People living in England built this? And each one of these weighs 50 tons? That's incredible. I couldn't do that. I don't know anyone who could do that. That's insane. And they were built 5,300 years ago? That's incredible. All right, friends, I think you're getting the gist. So what I want you to do today is keep reading this book, but I want you to practice reading it with a sense of wow. I want you to read with curiosity and interest. Okay? Ooh, this page looks pretty interesting. All right. And then by the end of this book, you should be able to have filled in all of your graphic organizers. So if we just take a peek, let's go back to what the work that we've done this week already. So we have done England, where in the world is it? And if you need to pause and catch yourself up, pause and catch yourself up. Okay? We have also done England, where and what are the major cities? And you'll notice that I added some more information when I was reading more of the books in Epic, okay? In another visual I found in our video from yesterday, I found that 18% of people in England are factory workers. 1% of them are farmers, and 80% of them have service jobs, okay? So hopefully you are adding more information too if you found that there was anything missing on these organizers. All right, we also completed our interesting facts. You should have done natural resources and major crops independently. And you may have found that the unit of money is the British pound in England. Okay, and we did form of government and languages spoken on Monday. We've also completed by now what is life like in England. We did ethnic and religious communities on Monday. I also added another culture to this section from the book that we read yesterday in Epic. We did family life together, and you should have done educational communities independently. But if you need to pause and catch up, go ahead and copy this. And then that leaves us with more what is life like in England. So the only thing left that we haven't completed is art and music. We've done favorite activities and hobbies, major holidays, and all of the other parts of the sheets. The only part we haven't done is art and music. So as you're reading with a sense of curiosity and interest, and you're reading with a sense of wow, by the time you finish this book, you should have completed this part of your graphic organizer. And then by the end of today, your entire organizer should be completed. All right, friends. So as you're reading with a sense of wow, make sure you're reading with your curiosity and interest. You're dumping all those facts into your brain. You're saying, wow, I never knew that. ... I never knew that this type of art and music was found or created in England. All right. So your to-do list today is just to complete art and music by reading the rest of this book. All right, friends. Happy researching, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Bye.